approval of February plus March 2026 minutes.
Second.
Thank you. Motion made and seconded. Anything on the question? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Jeremy,
I mean, I'm not opposed.
Item number 3, Treasurer's Report, March and April 2026. Justin?
Hey, hello, Rosa.
Hold on, sir.
The treasurer's report for 2 months. We did not have a meeting in April of 2026. So therefore the 2 months, you can essentially see these are general charges related mainly to our ARPA projects and our grant projects. Nothing unusual, some property sales, just general expenses. We do have at the bottom of each of the spreadsheets, we have a list of all of the different accounts. So you can see that we have different ARPA accounts holding monies for the city of Buffalo, for Erie County, separate account for our BENLIC utilities, separate accounts for our CD and treasury investments, so we can gain some interest. And on the March 2026 Treasury report, our balance at total balance at $10,158,441.96. And in April, that balance a little bit lower at $9,420,060.59. Happy to answer any questions related to any. We try to provide detail on the transactions. And thanks again, Adam McNeil reviewing any charge over 5,000. And then also at this point, Lumsden and McCormick is also essentially reviewing everything and preparing this treasury report for us now.
I asked Adam last time he was here, but he's able to keep up. I mean, because it's quite a bit now, right? It's quite a bit.
He is. He's great. And I try to we try to keep it kind of quarantined to 1 day a week, so he knows to expect. Typically, we try to make sure everything is done on a Thursday, so he can see everything, review it, and then we can get bills paid. That way, you don't end up missing one. So he's been great and very appreciative.
We have the Treasurer's Report for March and April. Is there a pleasure of the board? Motion made and seconded. Any other question? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. So now we move on to the Adams Street, the AHOP marketing progress.
Okay, we have really good news for the city of Buffalo here with our Adams Street project. Matt went out and took some great drone shots and some great photographs, and we would like to review. And we also have John here, who is going to hopefully make you all feel comfortable about the level of progress.
Does BENLIC have a drone?
Yeah,
we do.
Yeah,
And Matt got licensed to use it. Yes. Yeah. It's funny when we have houses in Cheektowaga, you actually have to let the airport know or get permission from the airport to use it. But yeah, we've been getting really good. It's been very helpful.
Yeah,
but it's on your Peace Bridge too, right?
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah, and thanks to Matt for taking the initiative to do that. That was really great,
absolutely.
and we've made good use of it. So we'll take a look at a couple
Start out
of
with
photographs here.
Yeah, start with a quick video.
Financial services.
So and just so you can see, this is a good photograph too. This is really 1 full year of progress. So last May on the left, you can see the block of Adams Street where we were building 12 Buccelli renovations, doing 12 single-family homes. So last May, we had 2 or 3 houses framed, and we had about 8 of the foundations installed. And then on the right, you can see matching May 2026. All of the houses are substantially completed, which John is going to share his old school board with you. And then you will see the 3 homes that are quarantined here. Our corner house, 590, 578, and 572. Those are at 100% completion, and those are serving as our model homes. So when we bring in, when we have open houses and the realtors are showing the homes, they will use one of those three. And a lot of that was because of insurance restrictions. Again, scattered site infill is very unique in Buffalo, hasn't been done in a long time. All these houses on one block. The street is really considered a construction site, so it was very difficult for our insurers to want to allow members of the public to be going through homes. So we were able, and John was, it was a great, it was a great teamwork to just say, let's quarantine off these three. They represent we have three different styles. And when we're showing the house during our 60-day marketing period, they'll be able to go in and take a look at one of those, and then they can then they can apply, for a certain style of house that they like on the street. So any questions about that? Or we can, okay, go ahead. Awesome. So here's our drone video. This is Matt. He was out last Saturday.
I was not in the drone.
In spirit.
That's cool. How high is this?
It's probably like 150 feet up.
Okay.
You can go up to 400 without.
So you can see they fit in with the rest of the neighborhood. They fit the character. You can see that the last element that's really hanging out there are some garages and driveways primarily that aren't done. I'm not sure if the board, just to remind you all, we weren't able to do a traditional driveway. We actually had to put in what they call a green driveway, and that was due to communication with the BSA, making sure that we met their stormwater requirements, which again, because there really hasn't been infill at this level in 25 or 30 years, there were a lot of regulations that the BSA had for us that we needed to work through. So that green driveway is going to allow the stormwater to percolate, and we essentially have to bring the condition of the land back to almost like a green space type condition, because that's what it was when we acquired it, correct? So those green driveways are sort of the last element, and thankfully HCR was willing to pay the extra money to do that. So over and above the cost of the driveway, each one was about somewhere between 10 and 12,000 extra, which HCR was willing to do. So that's nice.
Can you just go to the beginning again so I can see the three different?
Oh, you'll see closer.
Okay,
Yeah, we have a little bit more. Go ahead. So go ahead. And John, do you want to maybe?
As you see
there you
here,
go.
we've got the three different types, 4 ranches, 8 2-stories, of each of them having 2 different layouts. Each of the homes are basically identical: 3 bedrooms, 1.5 bathrooms, all have living space, laundry areas. Every one of them has a basement, driveway, and a garage. Now, this is 590. This is the representative of our ranch homes. This is the one that will be we are turning over to the realtors for marketing. Now we've got solid surface countertops in all these, laminated veneer flooring in the living areas, and then carpet in the bedrooms. Now these are each of the 2-story designs. This is 572 and 578. These 2 are also being turned over to the realtors, so they will have one model of each one for the showings.
There's still 3-bedroom one.
Correct. Now these will all have appliances too, microwaves, stoves, refrigerators, and dishwashers. We will not be putting in washers and dryers though. Now this is 579. This will be the next one that'll be done, and essentially our plan is to turn this one over to the realtors too, so that we can keep everybody at the north end of the street and away from the continuing construction at the south end.
But again, just to remind, this is going to also be a lottery process. So the sale price of the house is set. Price is higher. The AMI is also a little bit higher. This is state money. ARPA is federal money, so the way that the income restrictions worked was a little bit different. The state has higher. By the way, the new HUD AMI numbers just came out and they're higher. So we are actually able to incorporate those higher AMIs into our sales.
What is this? What is this? 110? What's the aim?
This is 100.
Oh,
So it's sort of a
100.
band
Gotcha.
that so 80. The band goes between like 82, maybe I'm sorry,
think it was
actually
like
77.
slide. I think,
No,
yeah,
no, no. But there's a band that actually would it kind of covers 77% through 110% AMI. There was a whole a way that we worked with HCR to figure that out. But the set sales price for all of these is 242, just under 243, and then the AMIs are a little bit higher than ARPA.
Out here, we're just having a quick shot of each of the rest of the homes. They are in varying degrees, but all of them are well above 80%. The primary work left to do is exterior work, garages, driveways, seed and grade. One of the problems with seed and grade is with our wet weather to this point, no one has been making topsoil. We are looking at hopefully getting topsoil on the site in the next 2 weeks.
So these are the realtors will be these listings will be active June 2nd. Sold 242.6. The realtors are now going to begin photographing, virtual staging, and they'll be doing an open house. They're getting a food truck and having a 3-hour open house on June 6th. We'll apprise you of all of this, and then Deputy Mayor, I know their NBT Bank is anxious to do a ribbon cutting. So it's kind of an HCR always needs to be alerted. So I'm trying to navigate all that for you, and then I'll maybe have to connect you with HCR and kind of find a date that works for everybody, because they definitely want to be involved, in the ribbon cutting, of course. So and similar, it's going to be one lottery. So after the 60-day marketing period, which will be June, July, one lottery for all 12. And then they will all move to closing as soon as possible. Is the key. The MMB says the market is strong. They just sold a house right around the block. They had 5 offers. It was a 20-year-old house. They had it on for just under 200. It went for 25 over ask. 5 offers. So they're really enthusiastic and are excited to get these on the market.
So the expectation then is there will in fact be more people entering the lottery than
Yes,
there are houses available.
that's the anticipation. Yeah. Yep, and again, this is you're going to be you must be pre-approved to enter the lottery. There's a home buyer education class, so we're also working with Belmont to provide. In this case here, they're just going to be providing home buyer education. Are they doing anything else, Ben? I'm sorry, did we update Belmont's?
Yeah, they'll be doing just kind of a final qualification.
Just
check.
making sure that the applications are complete. So they'll be helping with that, and they'll be providing the home buyer education course. The realtors are collecting the packages though. And then again, you can see the AMIs there, which are going to be able to be bumped up a little bit. One person 71.7 all the way through 5 people. The income can be as high as 109.7, and those will be raised.
The next slide is Bill Buffalo Reach for the executive director's report. You want to go into that or?
No, I think that's it. Any other questions about Adams Street? Yeah.
I wonder if you could tell us a little bit more about the green driveways.
Yeah, John.
What we've got with the green driveways, we were looking at 2 different options. The first was a grass driveway, essentially. The problem with that is maintenance, salt, killing the grass, and so forth. So what we've gone with, we've gone with a combination of stone underneath, 6 inches of stone for drainage. Then there are plastic grids that are going to be put in that'll have about 2 inches of washed gravel as a top on it. So it'll be more similar to a traditional gravel driveway, but the grids will hold all the gravel in place. The idea is the BSA was requiring us to get to basically a 0.
Right. Okay, I was just wondering if it's going to be grass or stone. All right,
No, we're going to do the stone. Basically, with everything that came in, this was a better way to do it, we felt, and more durable for what we were trying to accomplish.
Thank you.
What was the HCR subsidy that brought it down. So you're selling for 242.
The way that it's working is HCR is basically subsidizing about half of the project. So Ryan Bucilli's bid at the time, what was his bid was about 4.7, 4.8. So million, HCR subsidizing half of that, and then the other half we were required to take out a loan with a banking partner. And that was essentially because HCR doesn't have the capacity to oversee construction draws. So our bank was Evans, which is now NBT Bank. NBT comes out and works with John, and every time we do a draw, NBT comes out and then we get the draw. Right.
The subsidy is essentially equivalent to the sale price, more or less.
Pretty close to it, a little bit below it, because we will have to pay back the loan to the bank.
Right.
At this point, essentially what we're doing is making interest payments. We're also trying to draw down, because essentially it's not really a mortgage, it's like a line of credit. And we are doing our best to draw that down as slowly as possible to keep the interest payments as low as possible. And then as we sell them, the plan is to use the first proceeds. The agreement says that we use a percentage of each proceeds towards the bank loan. We basically plan to dump as much as we can on there as quickly as possible to pay out the bank loan, and then essentially use the last few for putting back into the coffers to put back into the neighborhood.
Yeah. So I think the developer's fee, that would be to us is about $550.
Somewhere there.
But we won't take that, or maybe not at all. Like we'll see where we end up, but we're gonna pay the loan down every time we sell a house. And the sales price will cover that. So there'll be enough money to pay down that loan. Can I turn off this light a second?
Yeah, please.
Yeah.
Oh, there we are.
No?
Is there anything else on that?
No, we're moving along quite well. As you can see from the board, everything is above 80% complete. Like I say, the majority work is exterior work at this point. There is still work on a lot of the interiors, but it's relatively minor. At this point, it's just buttoning up the interiors. City of Buffalo has been great. Your building department has been great, Lou. Thank you. Dan Purcell in particular. So everything has been working well. We anticipate we've got the 3 of them ready for the realtors, and we did that on time. We anticipate finishing everything else by the end of June, as long as Mother Nature doesn't keep messing with us.
Is AHOP requiring owner occupied, or it needs to be rentals for purchasers?
You have to, can't have a renter, yeah.
I'm just wondering, the lottery process, we're gonna run into a similar issue with the building Buffalo Ridge homes, just like getting enough people through it. I'm just thinking about that down the line, you know. But we'll see.
There are on all of them, including the ARPA, basically restrictions in the deed.
Oh, yes.
You know, I'm just wondering out loud, when you give the example of the this program house on the same block going over asking, you know, could that be someone looking for an income property? Versus if these are gonna be owner occupied.
In the market, usually in Buffalo, single family homes, you do find some that are income, but it's not a real common thing. Usually they want at least doubles to be able to pay the bills.
So nothing else on Adams Street. We'll move on to agenda item number 5, the amendment of corporation policies, the disposition policy.
Okay.
Page 17 through 20.
So, Ben, maybe if you wouldn't mind speaking to this item, and I'm just looking and I'm not, my pages are out of order here. Can't see.
Yeah, so this is a fairly small and straightforward tweak to our disposition policy. We pulled directly from one of our peer land banks at the greater Syracuse land bank, which our council is also counsel for, and was drafted by him. Really, this just allows the board to dispose of properties via non-competitive sales. Really, only in the scenario in which there's a true mission and purpose present in the entity that is going to be acquiring that property has just a unique set of qualifications, or there is a unique set of strategic value in ensuring that property gets to them. Yeah. I think, as we move forward, there's always going to be unique, important uses for, a non-competitive sale process.
Am I right that the board has always been able to do a non-competitive
Yeah.
sale? This is really just making it explicit.
This is making it explicit, so that we, don't need necessarily add, any additional hoops when it comes time to, you know, passing properties to unique and qualified purchasers through additional language in a resolution. We've established a firm purpose and reason to move the property through a non-competitive process.
Should this also include a catch-all for things that are already permitted by law or like to government entities? It doesn't seem like it seems like since there's already things that are already allowed, we should just pick those up. Also,
I guess I'm not sure.
I think you just put a catch-all in there for other dispositions permitted by or required by law.
Yeah,
Just so if it's like to another like municipality or government, I think you can, yeah, you have flexibility for things that are already allowed.
yeah, I think if we could add. Our council was here, so we could live tweet this, but we might have to either.
Is there language that you could put down for us and then maybe?
I think you can just say or is otherwise permitted by law. Yeah, yeah. That way you don't have to do any other steps if something's already.
So basically a semicolon at the.
Yeah,
the end of-
semicolon at the end.
At the end of the use.
Or otherwise permitted by law.
Convenience earnings.
There is such a thing.
Can't have enough.
So is there a pleasure of, move it with the amendment? Correct. So that was second. Thomas, is there a second? I'll second. Motion made and seconded. Anything on the question? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Number 7, resolution 2026-2, disposition of 702 Norfolk.
Okay, I'm gonna talk a little and then also.
I'm sorry, I forgot 6. The
Oh, I'm
discussion,
sorry. Yeah, you can.
acquisition of city-owned vacant. Thank you.
Okay, so I think here we're going to defer to Deputy Mayor Baines to speak a little bit about the 514 item.
Oh, sure.
Page 22.
So we included the city council item on page 26.
Yeah, so, as most of you know, the 514 Foundation is working on an effort to build a memorial facility that will have a multitude of uses, namely community space and space for folks to reflect and et cetera, et cetera. So in order for us to do that, the city that is who currently holds the 14 vacant lots, we need an entity like the land bank to transfer the lots to, and then eventually to get them to the foundation. But what we also wanted to do is to take advantage of any opportunities that the land bank has to increase the foundation's capacity. And we can just discuss that further in the future. But the step 1 in the process is to transfer the lots to the land bank. The foundation is an organization in its really early infancy stages, so they could use some technical assistance in some way, shape, or form from the land bank while the land sits in BENLIC. And that's what I think we can do in the spirit of partnership. I think it's a good and worthy cause for us to get involved with. And I think that the land bank, given its mission to take lots and put them into active use, is in direct alignment with its mission. So currently, City of Buffalo has the lots in our possession with all of the legal descriptions for the parcels and working on closing documents, including the proposed deeds, TP 584s, the RP 5217s, and the closing statement. The foundation previously completed the abstract of title in March of this year, and they have a draft survey prepared for the parcels as well. And we propose to transfer that to BENLIC. I know that the real estate department has been in contact with you, Ben, and we're just waiting on the land bank to make sure that those documents are appropriate and sufficient for the purpose of closing. And so with that, if everything goes well, we can anticipate closing within the next few weeks.
Thank you, Thomas. Thank you, Jocelyn. Does anyone have anything on the question, or is there a spot he wants to make?
So I will just put it on the record. I worked for the Buffalo Public Schools previously. Coming to this job, I know that there were many in the district that were opposed to this because the original location was going to be on Mikowski School. They didn't want it directly on Mikowski. They're moving across the street. The objection was that they felt that it was going to be an attraction for extremists and they didn't want it in proximity to the school. So that was their reservation about having this proceed forward kitty corner to Mikowski.
And that's what this is diagonal. This is.
Yeah, the old lot at the corner that was going to be, I think it was Joyce Stewart housing at one point. That was the only thing. So I put on the table, again, fully support the 514 project. We need to have something to memorialize the terrible tragedy that happened. But just that would be just putting forward that there may be pushback down the line from somebody.
I mean, that will be addressed, during I guess the planning stage and public comments and all that.
And I mean, just to that point, there's been and there will be active community participation. I will just add on that this is one of the governor's priorities as well. So there's that too that should be considered. But anything we do, and especially from OSP standpoint, we're rationing up a lot of our community engagement, which is a critical point. So we'll have to deal with it as it comes.
I'm not sure if I missed it, but is the intent for BENLIC to hold the parcels, or will they eventually transfer the parcels to the foundation?
That is correct.
To the foundation.
There was discussion, and again, this is all just discussion today, so there's no decision, that's being made. Just we were also potentially requested to do some pre-development work on the parcels that and we didn't know to what level that might be or what type of work that might be. We wanted to try and do some work and let the board know, whether BENLIC had the resources, whether we could get them, what the dollar amounts are. We don't have clarification on that yet. We did talk to Eric Dussel from Buffalo Construction Consultants. They are running the project, they're going to be the construction managers. So we talked to Eric and we asked him if he had an idea about what would need to be done, whether it's geotechnical work, phase ones. We don't have a lot of clarification on that yet. So I guess it's the board would be making a decision to allow the land bank to acquire these properties. What we would do with them during the time of holding, we don't know yet. We don't know the level of what's being requested or what's required.
Now, if Rich Stanton were here, what he'd ask, Thomas. No, come on, you can guess what Rich Stanton. Shall I play Rich Stanton? She said phase one. So
phase one is done.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
so they did phase one.
Yeah.
Already.
Okay.
They've been going through the process. So really, the long and short of it is we need BENLIC as a vehicle to get the lots
Right.
because city can't sell the property for less than fair market value.
Right.
So then we have this entity, right, that does this, and the relationship, the unique capabilities of the land bank exist for purposes such as this. As far as I'm concerned, we've, looked at the policies that gives us the capability to do what we're about to do with the foundation. That's partnership already, right? The fact that we can transfer this is partnership already. Anything we do above and beyond that, to me, is just, cherry on top. We know that the foundation lacks capacity because they're just building it right now. That's one of the struggles of the foundation. So, and through the relationship with BCC, with other work that we're doing, with, the Buffalo Roots Project, and then also with BCC being on the 514 side, there's got to be something that we can figure out, be it, small, insignificant, huge, whatever. I think it's up for us to try to figure it out. And if it's just something minute, then it just is what it is. But I would just implore us to try to be creative as to what that thing could be, so the land bank can contribute to the initiative. At the end of it all, I see us all standing at the ribbon cutting, and being elated that the project is, done.
Were these former residences? Is that what the vacant land?
Most
Yeah.
likely, that's land.
I'm
has
just
been
playing
vacant.
Rich Stan here.
Yeah, no, it's been vacant so long.
They look
now.
like residential lots just by
Yeah,
the size
They
of the
do
parcels.
look like, I assume they were in, I assume your phase ones didn't uncover uranium or anything, but you're trying to, no uranium.
Slag.
Yeah.
Slag from.
As long as there's no uranium.
If you're doing a rich stand, you gotta put your glasses on top. of it.
Yeah, I'm sorry, yeah. We have to do phase 2 and full seekers. Sure, you tell Rich I said.
You can be watching
Full
for
of
us now.
Somewhere he's pulling his ear.
Thomas, was there anything else on the city's behalf?
I think that's.
Jocelyn, was there anything else that you wanted to know?
With regard to this topic, no.
So we could anticipate in a future meeting to have some sort of resolution. brought
We could
forward.
do that at the next meeting, if the board is supportive. Yeah.
Thank you, Jocelyn.
Mhm.
Now we can go to agenda item number 7, resolution 2026-2, disposition of 702 North Buffalo.
Okay, 702 Norfolk, on Buffalo's east side, property that we did receive and use at one of our HCR Land Bank Initiative grants to do the rehab. We were able to use an MVE contractor who we've developed a very great relationship with over the last, probably 8 years. I mean, it's got to be that he started working with us. Daryl Fountain from Aurora Windows and Glass. It's in the Kensington Bailey neighborhood. Next, please.
That's all I have for North.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. So you have, and I don't have the 3 offers. Then I'm gonna let you talk that through then. Okay.
So this might be familiar to some board members. We previously approved an offer. That offer fell through. So we marketed it again once, not in your packet, but once another property was that was kind of finishing up the rehab was ready to also be marketed simultaneously with it. This one received 3 offers, 2 very competitive offers, the high being 210,000 conventional mortgage with MBT, and then the second at 192, another conventional mortgage from Broadview. So the resolution approves both that top and second offer. Should the first offer fall through for whatever reason, we're able to pivot without further board.
And asking was 166.5, right? So the first offer is at ask. Okay, so a little bit over that, a little bit over ask for the lowest offer.
Is there anything else, Ben or Jocelyn?
Nope.
Is there a pleasure of the board? I'll make a motion. Is
I'll second.
there a question or?
No.
No.
I was moving, but it's not necessary.
Motion made and seconded. Anything on the question? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Next up is number 8, resolution 2026-3, disposition of 442 Berkshire Avenue.
Okay, and as you can see on the agenda, this is a little bit of a late file. This is something that Matt's been working on over a course of the last several months, and the gentleman actually submitted his offer after we put the agenda out. So you can see here on the graphic, this is 442 Berkshire in Buffalo. And you can, at 440, we're actually building a new ARPA home. 442, there you can see the side lot, and then the offerer lives at 444. The original intention was to do 2 new ARP homes on these lots, and then the dimensions were extremely tight, and so it was determined to move and find a different location for an ARP house, which leaves BENLIC with this side lot. So the offerer has offered what he believes is a fair value, and we do as well. He offered $3,000 to pick up that lot, and he has agreed to also combine the lots, which historically our board has has determined that they appreciate when an offerer is willing to do that. They don't have to do it, but it does contribute to the board, taking a positive look at approving the transaction. So he's agreed to do that, combine the lots, and he offered a $3,000 price for that side lot.
So it's just like the driveway to the left, right? Is that what I'm saying?
It's in red, the boundaries there. That's the actual side lot that he's picking up. I mean, technically I don't know if there used to be 2 houses here, but I mean, it was just a really narrow, tight lot.
And we're building on 440?
Yeah, 440
There's
is
enough
already a
space
new
there?
home. Yeah, small
This
size.
is an old photo.
Okay, all right, okay.
So what's the frontage of 442?
Approximately 20 feet.
Oh, 20 feet, okay.
So
Oh,
he
the
might
left, the
build
thing
it.
on the left is not our house. That's a different house.
No, it is not our house.
Where's the driveway gonna go then for the house?
No driveways on our new
Yeah,
house.
none of the ARP homes have driveways or garages.
Any other questions? Pleasure of the board.
So move.
I'll second.
Motion made and seconded. Anything on the question? All in favor? Any opposed? Motion carried.
Soft spot. Chair, my mom grew up on Berkshire. So maybe I do bring it back, but
Grew up on Berkshire.
Why don't we move then from down to the executive director's report to keep things moving?
I have, I think we should have removed it. So I think we don't have
The
it.
only other thing I have for you is Old Buffalo Roots open house. So this is the only other thing we have besides Adams Street.
Okay, I'm sorry, we didn't go over this. Okay, so we've already done 3 rounds of open houses, or we're in the
Yes,
process
this
of
is the
doing?
third open house today.
Great, and applications due May 27th. So you can see where we've been holding the open houses. So tonight, actually 4 to 7 p.m. at 5 different locations. So that's Berkshire, obviously being a little bit Kensington Bailey neighborhood, Normal over on the west side, Maston on the east side, Miami Street in the first ward, and east in Black Rock. So sort of one in each of the neighborhoods. So even though the houses are pretty much all exactly the same, I think the concept was that we wanted to make sure people could, if they were interested in a particular neighborhood, they would be able to visit one in each of those neighborhoods.
And also update from Monica, and the time you can get the call today, we are gonna do one more open house on the 26th, the day before applications are due, knowing that it's a holiday weekend. Doing it today, people might be checked out. There's a bunch of last minute Larrys and Lindas in this world, me being one of them. So like, it might be worth doing one more, and I appreciate Monica and the Belmont team also for agreeing to do that very last minute.
Anything to add, Monica? Good.
Thank you. Then we do have an executive session item under Public Officers Law, Section 105(1)(f), matters regarding the employment history of an individual. So I'd make a motion that we enter into that. I'll move it. Motion made and seconded on the question. We may ask Jocelyn to come back into the room depending on the discussion, but not in the beginning. No, it would be better. And then likewise, John said our attorney is available by cell phone if need be. So
Okay.
anything else on the question?
Those are facts.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
If you, I don't have anything to send out, but if you talk about, we'd like to, clarification. That's what, so we'll go through that.
Charter. I love that conversation. I know your charter better than I know the county charter at this point.